Hi everyone, this is Keith and welcome back to my channel. And if y'all don't know me, y'all can subscribe and click that notification bell so that y'all can get notifications when upcoming videos come. And make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And right now I'm going to be telling y'all about this other Traxxas car chassis that I got back in the summer. So let's get into it. This is another Traxxas Fortec 2.0 RC car chassis. And this one is a Ford GT Performance model. And I have the owner's manual to this one, and this is a used one that I got from eBay, and some screws are missing on this one, but I'm not worried about it because I'll get some screws for this one and I'll see where they need to go. But there are some missing screws on this Fortec 2.0, and that's what I saw in this RC car chassis, but it's gonna get fixed. And y'all see that I had cleaned it because at first it was a little dirty and it had debris on it too, but I had cleaned all that up. And the next thing I wanted to tell y'all is that when I had got this RC car chassis, there was no electronics that came with it. So I had to buy some electronics in order to build this Traxxas Fortec 2.0. I'll tell y'all the electronics that I had to buy for this thing. I had to buy a servo, I had to buy a receiver, I had to buy an ESC, and a brushed motor. I already have tires to go on this thing that I bought last year. And the last thing I have to buy, which is a nickel metal hydride battery that's for this Fortec 2.0, and that was all the electronics that I had bought for this thing. But there are two things that I had installed on this Fortec 2.0, which is the servo and the receiver. And I had installed it on this Fortec 2.0 a few months ago. Y'all see what I had installed? And that's what I was saying to y'all, that I had installed these two electronics on this Fortec 2.0. But today I'm going to be installing the ESC and the brushed motor and putting in a nickel metal hydride battery and see if this thing works or not. And I'm only trying this out and see if it works, and that's what I'm going to be installing. And I have a pinion gear here that's for the brushed motor, and that's going to get put on. And this pinion gear had came with this Traxxas Fortec 2.0 because I'll need this in order to drive the Fortec 2.0. And I have these screws here that are for the ESC, so this can be screwed on. And I have the receiver screws in this bag here, and I don't want to lose these. And if I do lose these, they'll be hard for me to get, and I don't want to go through trying to get these back again. So I had kept them in this bag so I won't lose them, and that's why they're in this bag, so I'll be able to find them and see where they go, because I'll need this, and that's why they're in this bag, so that I'll be able to find them. And the last thing I'm going to tell y'all is that I have a nickel metal hydride battery for this Fortec 2.0 that I'm going to be using on this RC car chassis. And this battery is for this Fortec 2.0, and it was made for this Fortec 2.0, and that's what I'm going to be using, and that's what I'm going to be using to turn this RC car on, and that's what this battery is for. And the tools that I'm going to be using to install these electronics on this Fortec 2.0 is these Traxxas tools here. And I had got these Traxxas tools back in 2019, and this is what I'm going to be using to install these electronics on this RC car chassis, and these tools are for that. But I'm going to get started on putting the electronic in, which is the ESC and the brushed motor. And I'm going to put the pinion gear on the brushed motor, and after I put that in, I'm going to be putting on the tires and putting the battery in and turning it on and see if it runs. And that's all I had to say. And I'll let y'all watch me install this thing, and I'm gonna get started on this now. The first part I'm gonna unscrew is this gear cover here. And this is the main part that I'm gonna remove in order to get to this here. Take that out. I had to move that out of the way in order to get to this screw here. There. It's off. I'm gonna put that to the side so it won't get lost. I'm gonna remove this piece so I can put the brush motor in. I'm gonna lay that to the side there too. I'm going to install this ESC here, and these are the screws here to hold this ESC in place. Take this rubber band off. Put it to the side. Close this tray. Flip it to the side here. I'm going to screw this in. And I know where this goes at. I'm going to screw this in. don't know if these are the right screws, but I'm trying them out and see if they work. And the next thing I'm going to put in is the brush motor. But I'm going to put this on first and screw this in with these screws here. And the last part I have to put on is this pinion gear here, and it should be good to go. I had to mount this where the holes are. So I don't make a mistake and put it in the wrong hole. And that's why I'm screwing in. I don't want to over tighten these, because it'll be a problem if I do. I think that's tight enough. And now I'm going to put on the pinion gear, and it should be ready. Now I'm going to put this pinion gear on, and this thing is ready to go. I got it in. And all I'm going to do is put this cover back on, and this cover back on, and it should be good to go. And I don't want to forget to plug these in. That goes to the brush motor. So I'm going to plug these in and put the wires under this plastic cover here. And that should do it. I have to unscrew this in order to get this off here. And that's what I'm unscrewing. And the last part I'm going to put back on is this cover to the receiver box. And I'm going to put that back on and it should be ready. Yeah, it took me a little while to get this receiver cover back on, and the wires were touching the roof under the receiver cover, and that's why I was having a hard time trying to get it on. But luckily I had got it on and had pushed it in a little to screw the 3 screws back in. Y'all see that it has a little opening around the receiver box, but I was able to screw it back on, and it was hard getting this receiver cover back on at first, but I finally got it on, and it took me a little while to get this receiver cover box back on, but I finally had got it screwed on. I had changed the tie rods a little, and they used to be down there when I had got the chassis, but the tie rods are up here now, and y'all can see a little dirt where the tie rods used to be, but that's gonna be cleaned sometime soon. They used to be down there when I had got this Fortec 2.0, but the tie rods are up here now. I had switched the tie rods on the upper part of the control arms while I was off camera, and that's where they're at now. And I had installed other body mounts, and they look way better than the ones that were on this Fortec 2.0. The front tie rod arms are okay. I didn't change them or do anything to them. I had left them there, and that's where they always supposed to be. I had left the front tie rod arms like they were, and that's where they should be. I already got this installed, and now I'm gonna put the tires on, which are these tires. And these are the tires that I had on my last RC car, which was my HPI Honda Civic Coupe SI, and these are the tires that are going to be going on this Fortec 2.0. So I'm going to put these tires on, and it should be ready to go. I got them installed and they look good all around. I tried this Traxxas transmitter that came with my Stampede 4x4 and it didn't work. And I was trying this off camera and unfortunately it didn't work. The receiver box keep blinking and that means this is the wrong transmitter that I'm using. So I had to find another one that matches this Traxxas receiver that's in this Vortec 2.0, and that's what I'm gonna look for. And it looks like I'm gonna have to end the video here, but on the next video I have the right transmitter that's for this Traxxas receiver here. I mean the one that's in this receiver box here, and it should work. And that's gonna be in the next video. So thanks for watching, guys. And if you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click on that notification bell to get notified for upcoming videos. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.